Nnamdi Kanu lawyer bụ Barr Aloy Ejimakor ọ pụtago wee sị na ọ bụrụ na Tinubu release Nnamdi Kanu na ọ bụrụ na ọ gaghị n'ihu wee release Nnamdi Kanu ya forget ife ọbụla bụ vote ga-esi South East, ya forget ife ọbụla bụ vote ga-esi na nke ndị Igbo wee bịa the next election bụ nke na-abịa for president. O setekwa na ndị be anyị na ọ bụrụ na o release Nnamdi Kanu nke tata nke echi ya forget vote ọbụla ga-esi South East ma ọ bụ n'aka ndị Igbo. Ka anyị gaa n'ihu wee kirie the video.
The protest was directed against the executive decision of the federal government to prosecute Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Protest is a communicative measure taken by citizens in a democracy to express their discontent to their government. If you lose the right of protest to your government, peaceful protest, then what is the essence of democracy? I won 3 victories from Nnamdi Kanu. One before the Abia State High Court, one before the Federal High Court in Romania, and one before the Enugu State High Court. The Southeast will continue to struggle politically. Unfortunately, we are politically disadvantaged in this country since the end of the war. So IPOB numbers in the millions of members and followers and sympathizers. So for any discussion of how to move Southeast forward, I think there has to be a consideration that they be brought to the table. And how best can you bring them to the table than bringing their leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? P2B has publicly called for a halt to the prosecution of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So why do they keep looking for him? The box stops at President Tinubu's table. If he does not free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he can forget the votes of people of Southeast. Unless there's another plan. You're not going to win Southeast without freeing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
Why were you arrested and where were you arrested?
They said we disobeyed order of a public officer. By interpretation, it meant there was some court order against the protest that we ostensibly or allegedly disobeyed. The order was never served. Before the protest, the initiator of the protest was the Omoyele Sowore. I supported the protest as a Nigerian, as an upstanding Nigerian, as an Igbo man, as somebody who believes in justice. I supported it openly. Okay, I went around with Sowore to drum up support for the protest. It was supposed to be peaceful protest, and we did apply to the police, and it was approved. They went to court to get a court order to stop the protest in its tracks. The judge refused. They pressured, so the judge gave a limited order that the protest could go on. But the judge created a perimeter beyond which the protest cannot go. And it was named, in particular, Shehu Shagari Way, the 3-arm zone that includes the Supreme Court, the Court of Appeal, and Aso Rock and National Assembly. That was all. I was arrested behind Transcorp Hilton Hotel along with others. Sowore was with me. I don't know how he managed to escape in that whole billow of smoke, of tear gas and all that. I think there was a vehicle that was passing by. He managed to jump into the vehicle. The driver opened the door and he jumped in, and something like that. Otherwise, he would have been arrested on the spot. I was with him shoulder to shoulder. Since when did Nigerians lose their constitutional right to peaceably assemble? Their constitutional right to protest and to free speech. Protest is a communicative measure taken by citizens in a democracy to express their discontent to their government. If you lose the right of protest to your government, peaceful protest, then what is the essence of democracy? That is the question that has to be answered.
Some people also wonder, as defense counsel for Nnamdi Kanu, why did you embark on the protest?
Defense counsel to Nnamdi Kanu has not lost his right as a Nigerian. I know the rules of the bar, the rules of subsidies, and so on and so forth. I wasn't in the protest to tell the court on how to make rulings, or how to render judgments, or to express opinion on how the court is conducting the proceedings. I was in the protest to express my views to the government of my country that your prosecutorial policy as deployed and levied against my fellow citizen, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is wrong. Stop it and halt it.
Maybe some people might need to ask, why is Nnamdi Kanu still being held if from several reports there is this argument that he has no case to answer, he has not done nothing wrong? Why is he still being held? And is there any window of chance for him to be freed?
This case is grounded upon the prescription of IPOB and tagging it a terrorist group. So Nnamdi Kanu got caught up as the leader of IPOB. Do you understand? That's one of the charges. As a matter of fact, 2 other charges were grounded on the basis of his leadership of a proscribed organization. So when I took the case to the Enugu State High Court in 2023, the Enugu State High Court ruled that the manner of prescribing IPOB violated Section 42 of Nigerian Constitution. That is the section of the Nigerian Constitution under Chapter 4 of the Constitution that prohibited discrimination against any Nigerian on the basis of ethnicity. The court mentioned expressly that the prescription of IPOB was a directed executive discrimination against the Igbo ethnic group. And sometime in October 2022, the United Nations Special Rapporteurs An organ of the United Nations that oversees human rights violations in foreign countries had also reached the same conclusion. It wasn't by conjecture. They mentioned the Igbo ethnic group. They are the forerunners of what I'm about to say. And what I'm about to say is this. Let it sink in. Nnamdi Kanu is being travailed because he's Igbo. Pure and simple. If he wasn't Igbo, this case would have been over 9-8 years ago. I'm not the first one that said it. A judicial body has said it. Enugu State High Court has said it indirectly. United Nations Social Rapporteurs has said it indirectly and directly to some extent because they mentioned Nnamdi Kanu by name.
The issue of Nnamdi Kanu, we had sacking all his lawyers or firing all his lawyers, and including very senior advocate of Nigeria, Kanu Agabi, and other counsels from defending him. What are the implications and what is left for him?
Well, using the word firing is not. It's I would say debriefing and disengaging. It's a strategic move by him. He's a well-educated man and he has his mind intact. He's fully aware of what he's doing. That's all I can say.
What do you think may be the fears of the federal government if they should allow Nnamdi Kanu to go?
The fear of the Igbo man. The primordial fear of the Igbo man that led to the pogrom, that led to the widespread lie, deadly lie of Igbo coup in 1966, and then that led to the genocide that gave the cover for the 3-year genocidal war. And even after the war, that primordial fear of the Igbo man still persists. We just have to tell ourselves the truth. I'm asking my fellow Nigerians who are not Igbos, what is it about the Igbo man that you fear so much? That when we are even in power, when we are even holding the levers of the presidency, you still fear the Igbo man enough, sufficiently enough to put him in chains, to try to put him in jail and lock him away and throw away the key.
If another free Nnamdi Kanu protest is called today, will you make yourself available?
I'll be the first to step forward. I lead from the front.
The president of Nigeria. Na ọ bụghị ya ka ekwesị ịdị na-agwa okwu a. Na ndị ekwesị ịdị na-agwa okwu a bụ ndị anwa bụ ndị nke sị na ha na-represent ndị Igbo. Ndị anwa bụ ndị ekwesị ịdị na-agwa okwu a. Maka na o nwere ka anyị si wee nụ kepu. Maka na okwu anwa bụ nke na-ada ekwesịghị ịdị na-agara na Nigeria gọọmenti. Eche m ndị okwu anwa ekwesị ịdị na-agara na ọ bụ ndị na-achị anwa bụ ndị Igbo. Ndị anwa kwa ụka anwa ekwesị imetụ n'obi. Maka na ya bụ ihe dị ha n'aka. Yes. I believe him no one and the other back attack on the coat in the West with now back an attack on when your mammy or waffle. You get have one and this net in Aberdeen kiss na Nibo. Governor in Aberdeen kiss na Nibo. Ndini Aberdeen can represent in Nibo. Now what your office in Kina occupy. No check out back attack on the West Naggy cook we do to a Yagadi do to a one. Each Mokuni and Nobundia cake was sitting on Webo. Now, Sinobo at Tunubu, it releases Nnamdi Kanu. Na election bụ nke na-abịa for president 2027 na ya forget ya vote ọbụla ya forget ihe ọbụla bụ ndị contribution ọbụla ga-esi na South East ma ọ bụ ndị Igbo kedu ka esi wefu ya bụ okwu tụsara anyị vida na arụ emekwa na nke ikpeazụ Aloy Ejimakor bụ onye ọka ikpe bụ onye nke na-represent bụ Maazị Nnamdi Kanu before mana echefuru n'oge nke dị ugbu a na Nnamdi Kanu na-ekwuzi ọnụ ya n'ụlọ ikpe mana tinyere ya ebumnobi nke tụsara anyị vida na o setikwanụ ndị be anyị o setikwanụ onye ọbụla bụ onye nke afọ tata anyị na-asị ka afọ echi mana egwu ka emesịa